Hi students, welcome to my biology class. My name is Dr. Suja Agustin. In today's session, we are going to study about a small topic from your 12th standard syllabus. It is from your third chapter, the structure of spermatozoa. Now, I have written a spelling here, spermatozoan. Can you see? Z-O-O-N. So, this is a singular form. Okay. When you write spermatozoa, okay, this is the plural form. Okay, this is what first you have to understand. Now, when you look at spermatozoa, as I used to tell you the same thing earlier also in my videos, whenever you get any word in biology, first you have to understand what is the meaning of this word. Okay, so sperma. Okay, sperma meaning seed. Okay, this is something which shows a future generation. Now, zoa, that means living being. That's the meaning. Okay. So, I hope the word meaning is clear. This word is coming from Greek. Okay. This is just for your understanding because I don't like any student by-hearting biology. Okay, it is just for understanding and that is highly required for your NEET examination. Okay, now we will go to the structure of spermatozoa. So, spermatozoa, what do you mean by spermatozoa? Right, sperms. Now, sperm, it's a cell, it's a motile cell, right? It is produced by the male individual, right? Now, when you look at spermatozoa, okay, first thing what you have to understand, it is a cell, right? Now you know about the content here, right? It's haploid, right? So you can create a definition from these points. Sperms are cells which contain haploid content of chromosome, right? When you look at human beings, right, we know that 23 chromosomes are present, right? Now, when you look at the structure of sperm, I have given a beautiful diagram here. If it is board point of view, this is a 5-mark question, but loads of NEET questions will come from this side, okay? The body of the sperm, it is divided into head, neck, middle piece and tail. So, the body of the sperm is divided into head, neck, middle piece and tail. Now look at the diagram. Here can you see? This is the head portion. This is the neck, middle piece and tail. Now how we will define it, right? Head, it is the anterior portion of a sperm which possesses nucleus. Neck, right? We can easily create it. It is a piece between head and middle piece. Now, middle piece, it is the portion which possesses mitochondria which is present between neck and tail. And tail is the last part of sperm which helps in motility. Right? So this is the way you can define each part that you should know. Okay. Now we have to go in depth. Now, when you look at sperm, sperm is an animal cell, right? Now you know the speciality of an animal cell. It will be covered by a plasma membrane. So here also you can see that. What you can see? This cell is also covered by a plasma membrane. Okay, now the tip, this part you have to understand. Here we don't have that plasma membrane. Remaining the entire area you can see that plasma membrane is present. Okay, now it is a cell, so of course cytoplasm will be there, right? Now nucleus will be there and nucleus will contain genetic material. These are the common features of a cell. So all common features of a cell will be applicable to our sperm also, right? So you don't have to by heart all these things. This already you know, right? From childhood days you are studying, right? Now we will look at the head. Head is the anterior portion of sperm. It contains nucleus. Now look at head part. You can see that entire head is actually occupied by this nucleus and it possesses haploid content. Okay. Now above nucleus you can see that what is present, acrosome. So this word you should remember. Okay. So when you look at head, we should know first point about nucleus. Now what is the key point you should remember? It is haploid content, right? Second point you should know, it is acrosome. Acrosome is present just like a cap above the nucleus. Now what is the speciality of acrosome? That's an important NEET question. It's a modified Golgi apparatus. Okay. Another speciality. Okay. So acrosome, it's a modified Golgi apparatus. Now what is the speciality? Why acrosome is required? Acrosome helps sperm to penetrate inside the egg, that is required for fertilization, right? So acrosome possesses enzymes, right? Now which are the enzymes present in acrosome? Okay. So we have hyaluronidase, corona penetrating enzymes, and one more, zonalizing. Otherwise we will call it as acrosome. Okay. So I told you about acrosome. Acrosome is present above the nucleus. It's a modified Golgi apparatus. This is an important NEET question. It possesses enzymes. These are called as the sperm lysins, which is required to penetrate the egg so that the nucleus can, which nucleus? Male pronucleus, that can enter inside the egg for fertilization. Okay. Now you don't have to by heart these names. Okay. You know the layers of egg. Based on that only we are naming these enzymes. Okay. Hyaluronidase, because the egg possesses some connective tissue cells outside that will be penetrated with the help of or lysed with the help of hyaluronidase enzyme. Now egg possesses corona radiata layer, right? So that will be penetrated with the help of corona penetrating enzymes. Now zona pellucida is the next layer of egg, so that will be penetrated with the help of zona lysins. Okay, so this is what present in head. Now when you look at nucleus, right, sperm is very small. Now inside the nucleus we have genetic material. It has to be highly condensed. Normally in any cell the genetic material will be condensed with the help of which proteins? Histones, right? But here it is not histones. This is another point which you have to remember. Okay, here the proteins are called protamines. Okay, protamines are argin rich. Argin, it is an amino acid. So protamine is a argin rich protein. Okay, so this word also you should remember. Now we will go to neck. Okay, so shall I remove this part? I hope you are able to follow the names of these enzymes. Now when you look at neck, right, it's a small part present between head and middle piece, right? Now neck, we have centriole. We have two centrioles present here. One is called as proximal, right? If one is proximal, the next one, it is easy to remember. The second one is called as distal centriole. Okay. Now for your NEET examination, we will get question related to proximal centriole as well as distal centriole. Okay. Now look here. This is the proximal centriole. Now what is the function of proximal centriole? once the sperm penetrate inside the egg, not only the male pronucleus, along with that, this proximal centriole also will enter inside. Okay. Now, why it is required? Because egg don't have any centrioles. Now, once egg will fuse with sperm, what has to happen? What has to happen? Yes. It is a first cell of an embryo, zygote. It has to undergo mitosis. For that, what is required? The first division we require centriole, right? So that will be proximal centriole. This proximal centriole helps in cleavage, the first cleavage. The mitosis which is occurring in zygote, we will call it as cleavage. Okay? So proximal centriole will help in this process. Now, what is the function of distal centriole? Can you see? This is the axial filament, okay, which will be present inside the tail. This helps in motility, right? So, axial filament arises from the distal centriole. So, that is a function of distal centriole. I hope you are able to follow, okay? So, we have two centrioles here, proximal centriole and distal centriole. Proximal centriole helps in first cleavage, whereas distal centriole, from that axial filament arises. So that's about neck, right? So these are the keywords which I have written here. Now, middle piece. It's easy, right? Can you see in middle piece what is present? Mitochondria, right? So just connect M with N. That is easy. Okay, so here we have mitochondria. Remember, sperm is motile. It requires lots of energy. So from where this energy will come? This energy will come from middle piece, because middle piece possesses numerous mitochondria. So middle piece possesses numerous mitochondria. So from there, the tail will get energy. Correct? Because sperm is motile. Right? Now, next we will think about tail. Tail helps in motility. Right? Now, here I have written one more word, annulus. Okay? So, when you look at centriole, sperm possesses three centriole. Okay? One is proximal centriole, second one is distal centriole. In addition to that, it possesses annulus. Annulus meaning it is a ring. So, there is a ring centriole present. Now, it is present between the middle piece and tail. So, this is acting as a diffusion barrier between middle piece and tail. Okay, that is a function of annulus or the ring centriole. Okay, I hope structure of sperm is clear. Now you have to imagine in a single ejaculate we have 200 to 300 million sperms will be present. Okay, when you take the sperm, okay, 60% of the sperm, it need proper shape. Now 40% of the sperm, it requires perfect motility. Okay. Now once the sperm is released into the female reproductive tract, okay, what will happen? The sperm has to move towards the uterus. From there it has to reach the fallopian tube, because in the ambulary ischemic junction only what will happen? Fertilization will happen, right? So once the sperms are released, okay, 24 to 48 hours it will be living. Okay, it will be living for 24 to 48 hours. But in certain cases we have noticed that up to 5 days, okay, it will be motile. It depends on the sperm. Okay, so within 24 to 48 hours the fertilization has to happen, but then also up to 5 days what can happen? The fertilization can occur. This also happened. Okay. Now, today we were studying about the structure of sperm. Okay, the entire body of the sperm, it is covered by plasma membrane. Now you have to describe about head, then neck, then middle piece, then tail. You have to remember 3 keywords here: proximal centriole, distal centriole, and ring centriole. The function of each centriole, it is highly important for your NEET examination. Now I told you about acrosome. Acrosome, it's a modified Golgi apparatus. Okay, I hope you are able to follow today's session. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye.